You're on now, big boy.
All right. This time it's mine. All right. 6:44, close enough. Starting the meeting here for the Drainage Committee. First thing here will be petitions by citizens for non-agenda items. He's on the agenda, so.
He's on the agenda.
All right, so next will be the West 3rd Street drainage. And so let's talk about this a little bit. Actually today, Nate and myself went out there and took a look at some of them and to see what was going on. So Mr. Gilly is right. There is a lot of these have an elbow in them that has the potential to hold some water in them. Right now, not so much since we haven't had rain in a month. But what we did look at is, if I'm correct, Nate, shouldn't these also have like a drain hole in the bottom of them? Okay, so they do have a drain hole in the bottom, so the water shouldn't sit in them for indefinite.
Normally,
right?
When you put the elbow in for the vertical rise, there's a drain hole you punch in at the bottom. So then it'll weep out. Usually put some rock at the bottom, it'll weep out.
Weeps out, okay. Okay, so, and we checked quite a few. We just looked and see, and everyone we checked was dry except for one, and that was one actually at Mr. Gilly's property. It was one of them was holding quite a bit.
Can I tell you why?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Even if they put a weep hole in the elbow, the pipe went for a slant all the way from the downspout to the street.
Mm-hmm.
When they put that on there, that last piece of pipe where they broke it at the sidewalk, they had it angled up. So there's always a dip in there, no matter if they put a weep hole in there or not. I got a picture right here, and you can see my shadow's kind of in the way, but you can see how the one pipe went down lower than what they have here in the picture. So there's always going to be a belly holding the water in that pipe they put in.
Okay, and what?
We weren't present for watching the grade of the pipe.
Well, I can show you the picture.
But Scott was with HMG.
Would you like to see the picture?
Yes.
Yeah. Bring it up. See that.
I'm standing, my shadow's kind of in the way there, but right there's where the pipe used to run, and you can see that pipe right on top of the dirt. So it's got a belly on it now.
Mr. Gidley, what remedy are you suggesting?
What I would like to have done is, I don't know what the neighbors would like to have done, but on my piece of property, I would like to have it where it went out to the street. In my yard, I'd like to have a 90 turn and take it to the alley so it would have a slope, no riser on it.
We can't do that
Well, I've never
because
had,
you have to be below this, underneath the sidewalk. The sidewalk's 4 inches thick,
no,
and your curb is 5.
No, I'm talking about turning it before it gets to the sidewalk and take it out to the alley.
But it wasn't like that before.
No, I never had this problem before either. And I got some more pictures. We're not just talking about the water that comes out of there.
Mr. Gidley, what's your address?
315 West 3rd.
315.
That's when they first done it, and after they seeded it, that's what happens. There's so much water came out, it washes the seed away, it washes the dirt away. 2 months later, or whenever they put more dirt in there, it did the same thing. And all it does is fill up with leaves right there, and the water will not drain.
So you're on the corner of 3rd and Salisbury?
Yes.
Yes.
A little weep hole ain't gonna do nothing when you get leaves and debris in there.
Hey Nathan, would that be trouble in draining into the ADA?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Would that be, what he's suggesting, would that be problems as far as ADA?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't recommend running your drainage pipe. You want to go the shortest route possible. You got trees there and stuff. You want to go straight out. You don't really want to turn and go all the way down to the end. It's just problematic.
Something Gary just said to me, what about, since there is some grass there between the sidewalk and where the pipe sticks up, what if we do a few more
There's a street there.
seepage holes, like we're going to drill into that pipe to put a couple more holes going down further?
The problem is it's got the sag all the way under the sidewalk now. That's
difference between this. I don't see any difference between this and a pop-up.
You mentioned
It's not only all the downspouts that are draining on there.
He's saying
People's
that's not
got
the
trenches cut in their yards, so
This is
water would drain
kicked
out
back
to the
this
street.
way.
Well, that goes in that little 2-foot area too now. Everything that drains off of that block drains in that little 2-foot area between the sidewalk and the street. Every bit of water off of all the houses goes to that little strip. After it rained, I couldn't for 4 or 5 days. I couldn't even push the lawnmower in there because you sink up to your ankles when you walk in.
Okay.
That's fine.
The swale's lower than
But
Jordan, you remember I showed you those two today?
Yeah, the two that had, yeah.
The swale.
The swales, yeah.
I mean, that was the only option.
Yeah, because of the way those yards were set up. We have, so I know you mentioned the ordinance as well. that-
Yeah. So in our subdivision code, the ordinance states that all single-family residential roof and foundation drains shall be discharged to the front and rear of lots. And they should drain to daylight with the opening at least 15 foot from the foundation and at least 5 foot before the right-of-way or sidewalk. So we could follow the ordinance and just cut the pipe off 5 foot back from the back of the sidewalk. And then daylight it there.
Where's it gonna drain to though?
It'll drain, surface drain.
So they go into the yard before the sidewalk then.
It'll work its way.
Well, I would rather have a hole in the
Between the sidewalk and the street probably.
Yeah, a hole in my yard. That
Yeah.
you don't know how much water comes off that roof. Obviously, you've seen the pictures of it washes the dirt away from the downspouts. And it's not just my house that does it. I've walked up and down the street and I've seen every one of them's got a big hole around that pipe that comes up to the 90.
I've never seen the sidewalk.
Well, your existing pipe discharged right there. And we took off, we
first
cut off
pipe
the
went
bad
straight
spot
to
and
the
added
street.
on.
My first pipe went straight out the
Right,
curb.
same spot.
Yes.
Right. Right. As I said, you can't drain it straight out anymore because the street elevation's higher.
Right. Why wasn't something done? Why didn't they put like a main so they could have tapped everybody's downspouts in one pipe and sent it down the street?
Cost prohibitive.
Well, you spent over $1 million and now you got a screwed up project. I don't know. I mean, a lot of them houses aren't 15 feet back from where the pop-ups are even. We got stone foundations. Every one of them houses on that block's got a stone foundation with no sump pump in it. You're just asking for problems, basically.
can we not just bend it and take it to the alley? This one?
But then who's liable of unclogging it?
I'll unclog it if it clogs. All it needs is 190 in there. I mean, it's going to clog up
'Cause then it would
the
daylight.
cap on
Right.
it before it ever clogs up in the 90.
Because that
it's
alley's
flat.
got
You
a
can
little
daylight
bit of
with
slope.
Salisbury.
Right. I mean, it's, if I'm remembering right, they could daylight pretty easily there to the.
Are you saying turn it and run it parallel to the street behind the curb in front of the sidewalk?
Or
Before or after sidewalk. Well,
You have
before the
flowers
sidewalk,
before.
You won't have enough elevation. You'd have to turn it while it's in the yard and then go out to the alley.
You almost have to go between the curb and sidewalk because you have a sidewalk
Yeah,
that goes to the front door. You have trees and you have
oh, this is on the east side of the house, not the west side.
Correct.
Oh,
You're running another 60 foot.
got it. So that's
So I want to drain, and
complicates things.
that 90 it'll clog at some point if stuff gets in.
Well,
You know, from a
it
tree or
clogs up
something.
at that screen before it's going to clog up any place. I mean, it's pushing up against the screen to get a couple leaves, and that screen clogged up 2 or 3 times already. A 90, it's going to, you'll get a couple leaves there. If you got that much pressure, it's going to push the leaf. We've never had the thing clog up in 30 years since it's been put there.
I think if you do something, you'd want to do 45s.
Right.
It's going to be really shallow. The grass is not going to grow
Yeah, you're
for
not gonna have
daylight.
grass
And I think my concern, if we take it to the alley, any water that's coming through there will be an ADA hazard coming across there. Any additional water where it would, right now it has the ability to seep to the curb, seep to a grass area to soak in. I mean, that's what drainage is supposed to do, is to percolate in the
The
ground.
other downspout I got on my house goes out the side, the same place this one would go.
Yeah, we seen that one. We walked up back the side right there.
I mean, you're trying to disperse any of the water into the ground. So if you got a downspout on this side, that side of the house is supposed to drain that way. The side of the house should drain this way as well. The option is to daylight it or to bring it up in the yard as the ordinance says, because that way it'd have more time to disperse into the grass.
When you say daylight, was that one pipe that's in the back of the house? Is that what you call daylighting?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
that was-
saw in the alley.
yeah,
There's one in
I'm
the
sure,
alley.
I'm
There is one in the alley, and it drains right from that one on the side of the house.
The same thing with the one on the front where it goes out to the street. Just put a 90 and turn it to the alley so it's got slope all the way out, and that should never clog up.
Yeah, I'm not familiar. I'm just trying to disperse the drain the water into a grassy area where it has time to percolate into the ground. But
I mean, we could probably turn it in behind the curb and sidewalk and then daylight it out as soon as possible.
I don't think he could turn it in between the sidewalk and the street, because then I don't know if he'd have enough slope, because they got,
That doesn't solve the fundamental issue that he's saying he has, because that last section of pipe's pitched up.
But is it? Did you have a level on it?
it's pitched. When the pipe went down, they broke it when they took the sidewalk off. When they put that new one, they got the last piece, like the last 6 feet or whatever, is going down, it's slanted wrong.
That's the question. Is if that pipe's pitched the wrong direction,
Yeah, you
it's
get
going to hold
sold.
water no matter what.
Right.
Even with the drain hole, or you put a, I forget what they call them, like a drainage well. Seen those before. French drain.
it's a French drain.
Where's that picture of it?
This is it.
Here's all the pictures.
Yeah. I mean, that one tells a story. But yeah, I mean, I guess you could dig a French drain up in that spot, fill it with some clean rock, but that's not going to solve this leaf issue. There's leaves getting down it. Normally, if you're doing a French drain, you don't want that.
So we pulled the top off that. There was debris in there. It was holding some water. It was the only one we could find that held water actually.
You got a sump pump or something discharging into that too, or
It was just off the roof right there, off that.
it's kind of? It is crazy that it's got water in it. You saw water in it.
Yeah,
right?
water and a lot of
It
debris
hasn't rained
inside
forever.
there. Yeah.
Well, yeah, right, that's rained quite a lot.
Yeah.
Mr. Gidley, did you bring us up to anyone on your own site taking that picture?
Nope, I just let them do what they were doing. I knew it was wrong, and I tried telling the engineer. And one day I said, "Well, how's that going to work?" "Oh, we're going to put a pop up with the 90." I said, "Well, it's going to hold water."
No. But I mean,
What do you do after that?
to keep this meeting rolling and figure out that slope, I mean, we can take a tile probe and get the top of the pipe and see which.
I can put a camera down there. It holds water.
Yeah, we can take a tile probe and get shots off the back of curb and figure out which way it's going.
See where the point is.
If there is a swale in that, a bend, can we just take out that piece of sidewalk, cut it out, relay that, and re-put the sidewalk in so that it sits properly?
Yeah, assuming we can get underneath it. I mean,
Yeah, if
Well,
we can.
the problem is when you do that, you should never have a 90 going up if you're trying to drain something. I've never seen nothing that says that's the right way to do it. It's just not the right. If you want something to drain, you got to have it sloped down. You put a 90 on it, and there's so much water. You've seen where it washes the dirt away.
So I know there are a lot of residential houses that have drains in the middle of their yards, and then they do that 90. They have that, where they have a lid, we'll call it for lack of a better term,
a lot
on
of
the
times
house.
it's up big storage tanks in the yards when they do that.
Sometimes.
Well, no, I'm talking like residential home that has just a downspout.
Well, they're asking
Yeah,
for a
that's very
ground.
common.
When you got trees in your yard, you're going to have debris coming here. The 90's going to clog up before anything. You can see where the screen was, and it clogged the screen up. I don't want the water backing up to my house and my basement.
that screen, is there an option to do the screen or the type that pops up?
We did a little bit of both on that
I
street.
mean, for instance, my house has a 90 in it. There's enough grade so that when it does, you do get debris in it, or it's summer and all of a sudden you get a good rain and you see a clip from Christmas lights that comes up because it pops up and finally blows it out or pushes it out.
Well, that didn't happen according to my pictures. You can see
Correct.
that.
Yeah, not with that, but I mean, I think the 90 hopefully is a solution if we can get that angle fixed and then the weep holes in the bottom.
Because pop-ups are pretty common.
Pop up.
And
Yeah.
I mean, they're not ideal.
at
They're
the
not.
end, at the end
They're
of
very
your,
common.
at the end of your downspout, where it comes out to the front of the yard,
Yeah.
that's pretty common.
Yeah.
And what you have there is
You don't think that's
essentially
gonna clog
a
up?
pop-up.
You don't think that will pop up when you got a half-inch loop going around it? You don't think that's gonna clog up with leaves?
Yeah, I think it would as much as it does
They're
now.
very
But
common.
it has to make it to that point to come up. And
Right.
right now, there's a negative flow, it seems like.
Yeah, I think we need to look at that, solve that first.
That's first.
Right.
That's the main issue here.
Well, me myself, I would like it turned at a 90 to where it's got a natural slope and it won't clog up.
I don't know. What do you suggest, JR? 8?
We'll verify this first.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
suggestion is to
come
see.
up with a solution?
Yeah.
Give us
If
a
the
couple
pipe,
options.
if the new pipe is installed with the wrong slope, then that's obviously an issue that has to be dealt with.
Yeah.
Correct the slope of the pipe.
And then
Yeah.
once we know that, figure out what's happening.
Let us know
I
what you
mean,
got.
really, I just thought it was kind of crazy to drain all the people's yards into a 2-foot strip. I don't know why they would do that. After it rains, you can't even walk.
The other
on that
motion
strip.
would be to do 5 feet before the sidewalk then.
That's what I would prefer instead of.
Yes, I'd go with
That's going to
that.
guarantee no clog.
And you don't want that?
What's that? No, I don't want to have a hole in my yard where the water comes out and washes the dirt away. That's what it's doing on
You
the strip
won't.
there.
You won't.
I'm wrong?
No, you said you won't.
No.
Oh, well, if that's what it's doing in between the street and the sidewalk, why ain't it going to do it in my yard?
That soil that hasn't been established yet.
I was going to say that will help, but it's drought and or rain, either or. So,
Let's see if we can come up with some ideas, then we'll
We'll move on
come
from
back
there.
in here.
Yeah.
We'll look at
I'm
it.
just telling you now, I want a 90 out to the alley, or just don't even worry about it, and I'll do it myself, and we'll go from there.
See that happen.
Well, we'll explore our options first, see what we can come up with.
You know, you got the pictures, you know what's going on.
Okay.
I'll wait until I hear from you.
We know, Nick, you know the address?
I do, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Thanks.
All right.
All right, and comments? None? Okay, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
make that motion.
And I'll be second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are out at 7:03.